Foster. I stole a boat.
Get on!
Vamos a conversar nuevamente con la súper talentosa Jodie Foster. Jodie, nice to see you again.
Thank you, nice to see you too.
We enjoyed the movie a lot. Very fun, familiar kind of picture. How fun for you was,
So many things were fun about making this movie, and lightness is a part of my life, so I want to be able to explore that part, and nobody thinks of me that way.
Exactly.
It was great as also being in a movie that my kids could come to see, and that they could come to the set. That had animals, and so they got to see a little bit what I do for a living, which they've never been able to do, and I'm excited about bringing them to the premiere. And what's nice about it is it really is a movie for the whole family. It's not like there's no sort of guns and lasers and all that kind of stuff, and it's really about the environment and sort of this natural world and this heroic little girl who climbs volcanoes and fixes satellite dishes and takes care of herself and has all that confidence.
I suppose you travel a lot. I travel a lot for my work too, so you got like a nightmare travel for everyone, worse planes,
right.
shaking, small, awful airports. So, in your experience as a traveler, how do you,
I've been pretty lucky as a traveler.
Okay.
Poor Alexandra Rover gets kind of clobbered in her travel experience, but it's one of the things that I'm the proudest about myself, and that I try to inspire in my kids, that they can take care of themselves. My mom used to travel with me as a kid, and I know, if I get dropped down in some place in who knows where, and the trains aren't running and everybody's on strike, I know how to take care of myself, and that's a great thing to give to kids, that there's no situation that they can't handle themselves.
Tell me about this boat sequence in the middle of the, torment. Was
That was probably the hardest scene in the movie to shoot. We had, a lot of it was shot in a tank, of course, because it had to be controlled. But it was winter in Australia, and it was cold. And we were wet, and there was a lot of this, and I didn't have very much clothing on, but it was a great challenge. I love the underwater stuff, and that was really fun.
Because some actors doesn't like it because it's, uncomfortable, and with the light, the cameras are like pretty dangerous. So for you,
it is very difficult. The most challenging, in some ways not fun, and in other ways a lot of fun.
Do you like to see your own movies?
I get blasé about seeing my movies. I like to see them the first few times, and then I don't see them much after that. But this movie I know I'm going to see a lot because my kids are going to want to see it.
You can get the DVD and see it again.
Exactly, and the kids like to see their movies over and over again.
Abigail, remember you when you were a kid?
Do I? Yeah, I have memories about that. I mean, there's some things that are a bit of a blur, but yeah, I remember the movies that I made as a kid. I remember the kids' movies I made, the Disney films with all the animals. And this kind of reminded me of those days where you're on the set and you're trying to get the sea lion to do something, and you know that he's not going to do it, and you're trying to get him to bark or clap or whatever. The sea lions in this movie were the best actors I've ever worked with. I mean, they did everything they were supposed to do. They, kissed me with the prickly little whiskers, and they knew they had a signal. They knew to hold their mouth on my mouth, and they'd be looking around to wait until the trainer would say, okay, and then they'd go, It was great. It was a little scary. They're big.
The sea lion around.
Yeah, and smelly.
Congratulations, Jodie.
Thank
to finish,
you.
Can you invite all the Peruvian people to see Nim's Island, please?
Yes. Everybody in Peru, you need to go see my new movie, Nim's Island, coming soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank
a pleasure as always.
Nim's Island.
Okay.